Hello everyone. Here we are going to discuss the second chapter, that is the basic concepts of accounting. In the first chapter, we already discussed what is accounting and its basics. So accounting is recording, classifying and summarizing of financial transactions and events and interpreting the result thereof. It aims at providing information about the financial performance, and this information will help them in taking important decisions. So the decision makers are employees, investors, creditors, suppliers, etc. Now we will look at the basic accounting concept. The basic accounting concept are referred to as the fundamental ideas or basic assumption underlying the theory and practice of financial accounting, and are broad working rules for all accounting activities and developed by accounting profession. So here, what is basic accounting concept? This concept refers to the fundamental ideas and basic assumption. So this is the base of our accounting. We work based on the rules of these concepts. So let's discuss this concept. First one is business entity concept, then money measurement concept, going concern concept, accounting period concept, cost concept, dual aspect or duality, revenue recognition, matching concept, full disclosure concept, consistency, conservatism, prudence, materiality and objectivity. So today we are going to deal with these three basic accounting concepts: business entity concept, money measurement concept, going concern concept. And if time permits, we will also take accounting period concept. So what is business entity concept? According to business entity concept, the business entity is different from the owner. So both the business entity and the businessman are two distinct and separate entities. This means that the purpose of accounting, business and its owner are to be treated as two separate entities. So in the balance sheet, we can see capital, an item in the liability side of the balance sheet of the company. This is because of the business entity concept. In accounting records, capital is the business liability to its owner. And similarly, when the owner withdraws money from his business, it will be considered as drawings, that is the money withdrawn by him for his personal expenses. And one more thing to notice in this concept is that accounting records are made in the books of accounts from the point of view of the business unit and not that of the owner. So under the business entity concept, the business is different from its owner. So the business is liable to pay back the amount the owner deposited into business, that is a capital, and the personal assets and liabilities of owner. These are not reported as assets and liabilities of business because these are his personal assets and liabilities. Then personal transactions of owner are also not recorded in the business books unless and until it involves some inflow or outflow of the business funds. That's it. So the next concept is money measurement concept. Money measurement concept. So this concept explains only those transactions and happenings in an organization expressed in terms of money, such as sale of goods or payment of expenses or receipt of income, are recorded in the books of account. And mainly, according to money measurement concept, only those transactions that involves inflow or outflow of money are recorded in the books. Another important aspect of this money measurement concept is that the transactions are not kept in the physical units. For example, two buildings we bought. So we can't say two buildings in the books of account. We will write the monetary value of those two buildings. And this concept is also not free from limitation. It also has some limitation. Due to the changes in price, the value of money does not remain the same over the period of time. For example, we are purchasing some assets. One is purchased in the year of 1995, which cost 2 crore. And we purchased a plant in 2005 for 1 crore rupees. So now the price of the building purchased in 1995 was not 2 crore. It would have been increased. But that change we are not recording in our books. So we can say that we can't add this heterogeneous values because the actual value of the building bought in 1995 we don't know. It is using the historical values. So that is the limitation of money measurement concept. The change in the value of money is not reflected in the books of account. So it is not reflecting the true and fair view of the affairs of an enterprise. Going concern is one of the simple concept. It assumes that a business firm would continue to carry out its operation indefinitely. That is for a long period of time. According to this assumption, we are charging depreciation for our assets and amortization for intangible assets. Going concern concept mainly emphasis on the continuity of the business. So, for example, we bought a machinery cost 5 lakh rupees and each year we will write off a certain amount as its depreciation. If we are not following the going concern concept, we would have been completely written off the 5 lakh cost in the initial year in which we bought the building or the asset. So, yearly we will write a smaller amount as depreciation in our profit and loss account, and this yearly writing off of expenses is followed only because of the going concern concept. Okay, the balance concept we will be discussing in the next video. Thank you.